Hey Alex, I guess just how did you feel today, and what's the last few weeks been like?
Uh, felt good today. It was kind of planned as far as what we did, the way we did things. So, but felt good out there on my feet. So yeah, I honestly felt like it was a positive, and obviously trying to take advantage of as many mental reps as I can. The last couple of weeks, like anything, frustrating. When dealing with something like this. But yeah, just working through it and you know continuing to try to get better every day. And obviously this week with it all on the line and all the focus with Sunday in mind and trying to make the most of every second.
Will you do anything differently this week to try to get yourself ready for Sunday, or is it kind of, hey, we're going to stick with the same process and hopefully different result?
No, I mean, I think if anything in situations like this, just the details get magnified. So, you just go through things, you try to do every little thing that much better. Try to have the best week of the year, try to have the best Wednesday of the year. Not trying to do anything different out of the ordinary. You just do everything a little bit better, obviously, because, everything's riding on this.
Thank you.
Hey, Alex. I know your focus is on trying to play Sunday's game, and this might seem like a little bit of a silly question by comparison, but with your comeback, a lot of people have said that, boy, this would make for a great movie, and we've seen your documentary. But I guess in terms of like an adaptation, is that something that you would ever watch? Like, would you watch an Alex Smith movie? Is that something people have approached you about?
Heck no, I wouldn't watch it. No, that's the last thing. Nope, not thinking about that at all. For me, I've talked about this, a lot about. I think, and our team's a great example of that. As the challenges continue to increase, and this week's such a great example of that. And we have another bigger challenge in front of us, and what an awesome opportunity that is. And so for me to making the most of this opportunity this week, if you'd have gone back to all of us back in April and presented this, week 17 with the division on the line, I think everybody would take it across the league, and you couldn't ask for anything better than this. So no, definitely making the most of the opportunity right now.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's supposed to be, I guess, cold and rainy in Philly on Sunday night. Does that play into the injury or how you treat it at all, or is there any impact there?
No, doing everything I can to get it right and be ready to roll. Definitely can't control the weather. So for me, not losing sleep over it. Obviously, you'll have to deal with it when it's out there, and prepare the best we can.
As far as Taylor Heineke goes, any first impressions or anything worth sharing?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's fit right in since he got here. Certainly having a history with Scott and the system, but then definitely impressed with how he went out there. To not have really played, to have limited reps since he's been here, and to go out there and play the way he did, I thought was really impressive, and certainly you could see a lot of that playmaking ability out there. So was happy for him, and so yeah, no, but he's been a great addition to the room.
Hey, Alex, how close were you to being able to go last week?
I mean, close. I mean, I felt really close. Certainly, I got a lot in on Friday, and that was my mindset all week. Was that it's just trying to be as open and honest with everybody in the decision-making process, the coaches, the doctors, trainers. So everybody kind of having input, and ultimately certainly myself, being honest with myself on what I could do out there. So yeah, I mean, really close though. I mean, it's I guess hard to say other than that. Certainly right on the doorstep of it.
Does that give you more hope or optimism for this week, or the way you felt sore? Does it kind of give you a little bit of pause, like maybe you're not sure until you actually get out there what you'd be able to do with that?
A little bit of both. I do feel like hopefully continue to progress from even last week. So hopefully beyond that, better than that. But yeah, at the same time here, the progression of this week, and we'll see how it goes. But certainly again, my focus is on Sunday and doing everything I can to get ready for that.
Hey, Alex, just curious, what was your reaction upon hearing that the team was going to release Dwayne this week?
Again, obviously, yeah, it certainly affects us from the quarterback room perspective, and those are decisions that obviously way above my pay grade, and tough to have much time to reflect at this point in the season. Huge, obviously ramifications this week and biggest game of the year. Obviously wishing Dwayne well as he moves forward and his next opportunity. But for us right now and where we're at, just all eyes on this game and doing everything we can to work towards a win.
Thank you.
JP, if you're on.
Hey, Alex, is there like one hurdle you have to clear to be able to get back on the field? Like, is there one thing that Saturday morning, if you're able to do it, you're like, all right, I'm good to go?
No, I don't know if there's any one thing, and I'm not sure to be Saturday morning or when, but certainly I think there's some things as far as feeling good out there on the field, moving, obviously, once the bullets are flying and being able to obviously do what's required of you as a quarterback. So I think it's kind of a all-encompassing kind of thing. I don't know if there's any one thing. Several though that feeling good about all those things, because obviously, it's once the bullets are flying, especially versus any team in a team like this, obviously you got to be able to handle all situations out there.
Thanks.
Hi, Alex. Two very different questions, sorry. But the first being, you said this was planned. Does that mean you guys kind of have the week mapped out as in terms of your participation and just kind of testing the leg? And then second, your time at Center for Intrepid, were there any memorable moments with other patients there or people that really kind of inspired you that were also recovering from injuries?
To the first part, yeah, it's been a communication as far as the progression of the week, working towards Sunday and what we were looking for, each day. And so, for me, it was about making the most of today, of Wednesday and what I was able to do out there. And then obviously taking advantage when I wasn't mentally. Certainly as far as my time down at CFI, they all were, for me, obviously really memorable and life-changing, from my very first visit, I was still on crutches and a fixator to the last couple when I really got to go down there and really train and rehab and work with different people on each of my visits down there. And so it's definitely a number of people, left a mark on me, imprinted on where I am. Not just from servicemen and women, but certainly the people working down there, doctors and trainers that have helped me on my visit. So hard to name just a few. Certainly there were a lot.
Got time for 3 more.
Yeah, Alex, this is kind of a little bit of a throwback question, but just sort of looking back on your career, I think there was that time period where there was a question about your toughness in San Francisco when I think you had the separated shoulder. And obviously now, after coming back from your leg injury, I should hope not there's the same question. Just, can you reflect on like the way that things have kind of changed with what the narrative was about you at one point in time versus what it is now, if you don't mind?
I think, hopefully for me, I think there was a big point where he stopped worrying about some of those narratives, and really just, I think, focused on, the journey and getting better and trying to reach your potential and not only as a player, but as a team as well. So, I think I never really thought about that, and I'm not thinking about it currently. For me, you try to, as a player, certainly, and especially in the game of football, toughness is a part of the game and a real part of the game. And certainly I think every player likes to consider themselves tough and to be able to push through things and work through injury. But there's such a fine line that once you are out there and the whistle blows, this is a results oriented game. And you really have to be accountable to your teammates, to the coaches, to everybody in this building that's depending on you. And so, there's a fine line that playing through things and certainly be able to go out there, but you better be able to perform at the same time, because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody really cares what you're working through. Once you step on that field, you better be able to hold up your end.
We got time for two more. Pete and Les.
Alex, we've heard everybody from Chase Young to Cam Sims and a bunch of other players talk about how you give them so much confidence. I'm wondering, from your standpoint, are you aware of that effect you have on guys in the huddle and guys on the roster, and just how's that factoring into your desire to play on Sunday, knowing that not only can you contribute, but you can elevate everyone else around you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't pay much attention to that or see it. Certainly, I go about my business and roll and prepare the best way I can, and certainly, when you step in the huddle or interaction with guys and on the sidelines and in the locker room and things like that, for me, it's about being authentic and being myself, and certainly, I guess things you picked up over your career. But for me, it's all about being able to go out there and help us win football games. So not thinking about anything else beyond that. Certainly, I think when you are older and you've been in some of these situations, there's a comfort level that maybe you have that you don't realize. So,
Last one.
Hey, Alex, maybe following up on that a little bit, what do you think is the one thing that you've brought to this team the most this year you've been able to?
Again, obviously focused on Sunday and do everything I can for that. I mean, ultimately, when I had my opportunities, it's exactly that. What I guess I've been talking about is going out and holding up your end, being accountable to your teammates and coaches and everybody in this organization, because we all depend on each other. And obviously, as a quarterback, touching the ball every single play carries a lot of responsibility, and a lot of people dependent on you to go out there and make good decisions and be accurate with the football. So that's not something I take lightly at all. And so for me, it's a great responsibility and a great challenge.